guys, welcome back to this video. In this video, we're gonna see what if Myanmar decided to create an empire. Okay, so Myanmar. Okay, there we go. What if Myanmar decided to create an empire? So Myanmar is ranked 35 in real life, but we're gonna, rank it. Okay, let's do it like 7. So Myanmar is now ranked 7, not in IRL though. So the first step of Myanmar, it decides to invade Thailand. Okay, so Myanmar is the aggressor over here. So Myanmar decides to invade Thailand, and it creates a pretty large front over here. And it also decides to block Thailand from the coastline. Oh wait, there's a panhandle over here. What the hell? What the hell? Thailand's panhandle. So Myanmar decides to block Thailand off that part. And most of Thailand's military is over here, so Myanmar captures that part and annexes it really easily. So Myanmar over here captures this part of Thailand, the Panhandle, and it also just captures it easily. Okay, so Myanmar just annexed that part of Thailand. And now Myanmar has got a pretty large Panhandle. And at the same time, it also decides to cut Thailand off the coastline. And it creates a pretty large front. Until then, Thailand takes some action and decides to block this front up again. Thailand also calls its buddy Vietnam. I don't know the tensions between these two countries in real life, and I don't actually want to know, but I'm good. And Cambodia also decides to join them because Cambodia is not a pretty much strong country, and it needs, protection. So it just joins the alliance of Thailand, Vietnam, and Cambodia. Until then, when so now Vietnam is sending reinforcements, but they need time to arrive. So Myanmar over here just decides to recapture this whole front, and it's trying to make a spearhead from over here to here, split the country in half, and it succeeds. So this part and this part is not pretty much now, doesn't have power. So Myanmar takes the whole part, annexes it. Oh, Myanmar is doing this pretty easily. Tensions are starting to rise between these countries. When Vietnam's reinforcements arrive, so they start to take back this part of Thailand, and but they're still faced with some stiff resistance. Why? Because Myanmar is, ranked, what did I say, 10th or 7th. And until that happens, Myanmar, being the smart guy and powerful guy, just decides to, even out the borders and take this whole part. Now it's looking pretty much not good at all. So Thailand and Vietnam send military over here, but but Cambodia not at all a strong country. So Myanmar launches an attack over here. Takes the coastline from Cambodia, and Cambodia decides to surrender to Myanmar because I don't know. It just does. Don't care. Still don't care. Until then, some of these fronts are blocked by Thailand and Vietnam. Okay, so this part is blocked. And again, Myanmar decides to take the coastline, and it is starting to create a spearhead towards the capital of Thailand. No, capital of Thailand isn't over here. I don't care. Towards the capital of Thailand. And it is not at all successful because it faces stiff resistance. And some of the spearhead is starting to get invaded over here from Vietnam. But Myanmar decides to leave that part alone, and it just creates a pretty large spearhead. So this part of Thailand has most of the military. So Myanmar just captures this part easy, and annexes this whole part. So this part is annexed by Myanmar, and this made Thailand, oh what the hell, Thailand unhappy. But until then, Myanmar decides to, you know, tell Cambodia's land to attack over here, and now they have one pretty large border or front, you could say. So Thailand is cut in half. Thailand is, yeah, that's it. Okay, Thailand just surrenders, and it's cut in. Oh wait, not cut in half. It's just taken, annexed by Myanmar. Now Vietnam. Most part of military of Vietnam is over here and over here. This is all rainforest. So Myanmar, it's not gonna be easy to capture this. But Myanmar just decides to invade it. What can we do? So Myanmar just creates a spearhead over here, takes this whole part, annexes it. So this whole part is annexed by Myanmar. Up until then, Vietnam decides to come over here, you know, attack Myanmar from over here, but it is faced by stiff resistance from the Myanmar army because it has nothing else to do. Okay, so Myanmar decides to move up, move the fronts, and it is combined into a larger front. So this front, so Myanmar decides to annex the most of the part. I don't know why annexation is important, and I don't want to, research about it. So this part is annexed, and Myanmar is moving. And it's not only moving, but it's moving fast towards the rainforest. And now Myanmar's army is stopped. So Myanmar launches a pretty large attack over here and just occupies the capital, which is over. So Myanmar occupied the capital, and Vietnam has nothing to do but surrender. So Vietnam surrenders and is taken and annexed. Ooh, it's pretty irregular shape. And because it's surrounded, this country is surrounded by all four sides, it also decides to surrender. So Southeast Asia, it's occupied by Myanmar, and its empire is going pretty well. I don't think this could happen in real life, but it's just entertainment, to be honest. But now Myanmar has got a pretty big problem. India and China decide to team up and attack Myanmar. Okay, so these two countries, the largest ones, and they're both nuclear powers. That's a pretty big problem. China decides to, start a nuclear war, and China just till it takes over the capital over here. It makes pretty large spearhead and cuts the country in half. So most of the Myanmar's military was over here. Okay, because it was capturing Southeast Asia. So India decides to take over this part and exit. This part is taken over by India, annexed, and let's see. And this spearhead is also taken over by India, as it's the fourth strongest country, nuclear power. Until then, China decides to create a front over here, pretty large one. And Chinese army, we don't, we haven't seen it in practical life, but let's assume it's powerful. So Myanmar has no hopes, and because it has no allies, it is just dying. But it was able to stop China from over here because it was the 10th or 7th, whatever did I say, 10th strongest country, and it also decides to do some resistance over here. But India, being the smart guy, just takes over and again splits the country in half. So, as I told you, Myanmar doesn't have any army over here. So, India takes these parts, annexes it again. India, the smart guy. It's a pretty big bad problem for Myanmar. Okay, so Myanmar is pretty much screwed up. Okay. So, Myanmar. So, because Myanmar is getting screwed up, it decides to sign a peace treaty. So the peace treaty is that China and India won't invade more of Myanmar, and Myanmar won't invade any other country, so it's not allowed to expand. So that's it, guys. Wrapping up this video, and this is how you probably know that because China and India are there, Myanmar cannot create its own empire, or it's nearly impossible to do that. Bye. Please like and subscribe the video.